This conference will now be recorded.
All right, so let's start a session today. Till what section had we covered yesterday on Facebook? We created the business page, right? We created this page Digital Edge yesterday. Okay, let me just share the screen. Is the screen visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we created the page and we updated the settings and info. We went through the page roles and some bit of insights. Insights it was quite I mean not much because we had just created the page. If possible, I'll just show any of the previous created pages and how's it going. So data here shows last 7 days and this was created just yesterday. So it'll take some time and our posting as well to, for this to reflect here in this insight page. And I guess we had some uh, screen issues when it was not displaying. So this was another thing which I explained where you can watch other pages which are similar, pages of similar business category. You can watch them, see what their activities are and keep up with it or be better than them. There are more options here to add again. Jet King, Sketch Career. So it automates these other businesses. I guess we were done till here and let's create a post today. I'm sure most of you would be doing on Facebook already, but this in terms of a page. One is a normal post, another one will be doing a scheduled post. So generally what we post, I mean, what we generally do is create this kind of post, normally you put up an image or video, I mean, which we would be doing on a personal profiles. But here you need to keep the content in mind and what is the reason and how frequently you post is also very important. I have a small beauty for you. 1 second. So basic level, okay, in Facebook, basic level of how you handle your pages or your profile. So creating pages, setting up pages, insights, managing page, and using the mobile app. So that is what most of us would be doing right now. And some of us will be creating content, come be in the intermediate level where your content posting. I mean, you plan a certain schedule just for this. Keep your Facebook page very active and keep your audience engaged on the same. So follow best practices in the sense how much you post and when do you post, what are the kind of content you put out there. Okay, next comes is the volume of post. How many posts are I putting per week, per month, and what are the engagement levels of the same. Okay, so for that, what are your engagement strategies? So what the kind of, are you putting up images or videos or asking them questions? If you see all these um, influencers, social media influencers, they have this set schedule for a week or month. They would have planned this in advance. They would have even planned their posts in advance because they'll not have time and even the mind to sit and think what to post on that particular day. The same with businesses, just like influencers, they'll have a team who will go into this content creation, keep it set, and as and when it's required or any particular dates are given to it, they schedule the post. So they don't have to be there and the post get posted on social media on the Facebook without their intervention. Okay, And then we have something called boosting posts. So you would be imagining Facebook is free to log in and it's not asking us any money any point of time when we are in this. But Facebook is also is a business which we need to understand, and there are fabulous business. I mean, how they're structured is really something which other people are not able to do it. So that is the boosting post. I mean, boosting part of it. So you create an offer, you create an event, or you create a post. So it would get shared to mostly your circle, and some of the people, your friends, and someone in your circle will be sharing. But the minute you start boosting it, Facebook will ask you to spend some money, some money, where it'll go beyond your circle, and other people they get to know about what's really happening. And I'm sure you would have got invites on the other events and similar pages you like, so it'll start showing up on the news feeds and the upcoming events. So that's where Facebook makes money as well. So boost and Facebook marketing, which I'll be covering in the later section of today's session. And then comes advanced level. So here you create ad campaigns, you create Facebook ads, then you get to configure your target audience. Who are you looking at targeting these ads? And power editor, again, your configurations. There are two ways of creating ads. One is an automated version where Facebook will provide you default options where you select and an ad gets created. But you go through an ad manager, there is a structure which I'll explain again. It's a campaign, um, ad set, and ads. So this ad structure, if you are familiar now, I think most of the social media have more or less the same structure. So I'll be explaining it in detail once we go there. Okay, and tracking. So insights, like how well your post is doing, what's your content actually up to right now, how many people are viewing it, how much of shares, comments. So Facebook actually works on a algorithm called edge ranking. So more number of likes, more number of posts, it starts showing more people in your own circle and people who have shared it. Okay, so that's the reason you see all these people on YouTube and Facebook as well asking you to like, share, comment. So it increases how Facebook shows your posts. Okay, and retargeting. Once you have done your ad, it's doing really well, and you find out where are your missing leads, some loopholes, and work on them, and you retarget the same thing. Okay, these are certain activities that are followed on Facebook in terms of general posting. So we have two things here. One, if you're not willing to spend for time being, you can work on the organic post where you'll need not have to spend. Okay, you need to have good content and people start coming into your page, or it gets shared in such a way you have a lot of views and shares, comments, and all that. But other end of it is the inorganic or paid. So Facebook gives you an option where you can make some payment and get it displayed to a larger audience. So what are the business use of Facebook? So you can get new customers. Like I said before, it's humanizes a brand in the sense the communication. There's a two-way communication. So it's not mechanical where you just send it out and you don't get a response. But in Facebook, you get the response, good or bad, you get it, and it helps to bring in your brand building uh, constantly. If you're upgrading, and Facebook itself is upgrading so much, uh, I mean with times even the other brands, I think the other day I showed you Nike. We'll just go through the other brands how they are doing it. Okay, so lot of companies, if they want to do brand building and work on what they're coming up with and how they're updating themselves, if you see now the trend is all in the automobile section, at least all the IC are going electrical. So the same, I think I saw an ad recently on Volvo. If you can, I'll just try sharing that. It creates curiosity. Volvo is basically known for how safe they are and how reliable they are. and now that ad, they lift the car up in the air and they try to drop it, but on the other side they show these what do you say, these snow caps melting and icebergs falling into water. So everyone has that awareness and social concern where they'll be displaying such ads. So it can be in a lot of ways how people want to reach out to their customers, and also uh, in the meantime put in these causes, these world causes. Okay, and then run events. So major companies, if they want to consider, like Adidas, again, Adidas wants to do a marathon in India, a 5K marathon. So they can start an event, post about it, and they'll get to know the number of people who would be joining them. And competition. So on the meantime, like I showed you, I mean, even before this class started, where you can watch others, how well they are doing it. So if you have competitors on your view, like you're knowing how they're going forward, are they with us or they ahead? So on those lines, you can work on it. So market research. Through what inputs you get, you have a chance to work on how better your product and service can be for the people. And if you observe, there are certain companies like Samsung, they even got a Samsung support page, okay, for their mobiles. So you can reach out to them. I think few more brands do have that. So they have created a page where these customers reach out to them on their issues on their product or services. So in a lot of these lines, Facebook has been very helpful for people and the business. So it's a great connecting factor. Okay, a question: how many friends have you made just to know what they're doing in their life? So I'm sure most of us will have friends we don't even know as well. Okay, many times you liked your friend's post but did not like it because she did not like your last post. Okay, your post last time. So this is always a fight we'll be having, whether I'll like their post only if they have liked back. But in Facebook business pages, there's also a thing that more pages you follow, more pages you like, there uh, is a chance where more people get to know about your own business page as well. So being active is very important. Posting, liking other pages, and following what others are doing, it's very important to do as well. Wait, let me just see. So currently, just an average. So if you see age of Facebook users, the highest you'll find is 26%, according to these lines. 26 to age of 34 are the maximum users of Facebook. So that's a young generation who are out there. But you can also see people above 55, and yeah, somewhere in the mids, even they are there. So 18 to 34 are the maximum users of Facebook. So if you find your customers or people who are your targeted audience, where you think a product or service you're providing, uh, they are sure to buy or they would be interested and you can keep them engaged, I don't think so you'll have a better platform than Facebook. And with Facebook now, you can even link Instagram. So that's a great way, to keep your audience engaged. And not bad, you have around you know even the younger crowd. So 13, okay. So if you start from age of 13 till 34, okay, the users of Facebook are fairly younger generation, and the other ones as well. As they age, I guess they are moving out of it, but major target audience, you'll find them on Facebook. So it's a great way to keep them engaged. Okay, you have CNN. Let me show you the real time ones than this. You just check they're verified as well. So this is Toyota India. Just have a look how consistently they post on what they're working on and their products. If you see here, the about section. So the likes they have, and they have a small link to the site. So Toyota's growth can be, you can they put a just a folder. That's the one I was talking to you about. Like keep your description brief and very clear. And they've also given a link which takes it to their website. And they've added a few of the other social media handles as well, the Twitter, YouTube, so they can navigate, move their traffic to the other channels and other social media platforms they have. And if you see, the first thing what you see to the right side is book now. So they're creating a CTA. The minute you click on it, it takes you to their website. So where you can find a local dealer and book a test drive or buy the car itself. So that's how Facebook can help you connect your customers directly, and bringing them to a channel where a sale is happening in the end of it, not just go through your profile. If see right now I opened up Toyota because I had to give you a demo how it looks. But if someone is really interested and they're going through it and they find the verified page of it and they go through the products and they see something new and they would be interested to buy. So that's where you don't end the process by creating a visual experience, but turn it into a purchase itself. So that's where CTA comes into action. Call to action button. And you can see how they have arranged the tab here. They have the home, about button, about tab, and photos. They would be going live as well. So they kept this feature here because launch events or something as such, which they would be doing consistently. So here, like I showed you in the last class, you can um, customize your tabs. What's really important, what you want your customers to see, I mean your audience to see once they come into your page. Okay, let's look into other brands as well. So they have a very clear Facebook cover page and a logo which fits in right. So these are things we need to observe as we are in this phase of creating the pages. Okay, so you see the products, the recent ones, and I would also like you to observe how are they making their post. Okay, this is a post by them. They're keeping it brief, but they have the elements which will drive the customer again to that site. If I open this link, so it brings them to their site where they would be able to purchase that product or service. I guess internet is a bit slow, or the net or the site is not. Okay, we got it. So this is a new product they are showcasing, and it brings us just there. And they even have a product video here, and see they too have a call to action, and they have the categories, the pricing, and whatnot. So when bigger businesses are making use of this platform, I'm sure most of us who are coming up with our own business can utilize the same. It's never wrong to get inspired and follow, but uh, doing the same will not be great. So take your inspiration, see how they're working, and the same we can implement in our own ways. It should be unique, otherwise people won't be interested. Okay, see here they say where some Where some see a ball, we see possibilities for all. So they have a tagline which which catches the attention of people, and this is for the Euro 2020. And see the hashtag they use, and they have a video here. And here, if you can see, impossible is nothing. So they're trying to create this trend, and the same has been put in the hashtag. So every content you create, if it's relatable, it always adds value, and it creates um section as well where they can relate. So why is that hashtag? So they're saying it's changed more than the game, and impossible is nothing. So they're trying to create an emotion here as well with the football fans, and they're pushing their product here. So there are two things achieved for them. And here they have a brand ambassador as well, Ranveer Singh. And if you can see, here, as the image says a lot, they kept the description short. And we should also observe, this is just the Indian page, I think. Yeah, Adidas India. If you see the intention page, it'll be much higher in terms of likes and followers. Okay, any other brand I can talk to you about? Let me take, okay, a premium sports car. See, even they too have a Facebook business page. So you should understand the importance of having a presence on Facebook. Like literally every company, Rolex, Lamborghini, whatnot, from Toyota to Lamborghini, everyone have a page, and they see consistently they post. So this was just 22 hours ago. They have a content up here. So again, if you see the format, description is quite brief, and this is of an upcoming video of theirs with hashtags. So let's start with creating a simple post. Okay, this is their giving delivery of a car, which with mentioned customer name and specification, and you see the hashtags again. So all the companies, okay, let's show you one more as well, something. Okay, H&M. So I guess they're not much here. 23rd October was last, but still they have a page and they're working on it. All the brands, all the fashion brands, car, automobile brands, like literally everyone are here. Let's start with just creating a post for now. So the options you see here, you have an offer, a job, event, and you can go live as well. Okay, look, let me look for an image. Okay. If you don't find anything on Pixels, go to pexels.com. That's another site where you shouldn't be having issues using the images because they are patent free and good to use in your profiles you're creating as of now. But mostly the images that go onto your social media or on all these business pages would be shot from uh, you know your product development team or a professional photographer, and then edited by your graphic team, designing team. But for now, just for the purpose of learning, we are picking up the images from here. Okay, so there are better options here. Let me take this. Did it download? I think it's in the desktop. No. I think it should be uploading now. Yeah, this was the image I downloaded. I think it's getting uploaded. Let me bring it to the desktop as well. Okay, that's the image. Stay tuned or follow for upcoming updates on advanced digital marketing courses and tips from, okay, I'll continue here, from the industry experts. That's just a two line. Let me use some keywords here. See how basically how Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube works is you'll have people, audiences always scrolling down. So that's the reason we have thumbnails, keywords, thumbnails. I'm sure you know it already if you're a frequent user of Facebook, where even before the video, you'll have you know, a title page or before what video starts. It won't be there when you start the video, but when you're scrolling down, you will see that. That attracts the people to you can call it a clickbait. The same way, if you have keywords and your descriptions is to the point, there are chances people will stop for a second, see your ad, see if they find it interesting. Otherwise, if you keep it too lengthy, and if it shows read more, I don't think so they'll find time. But there are certain posts where we need to have a lot of content where there will be the option of read more, but more or less use keywords, add in emojis. Like I told you, Facebook is not as serious as LinkedIn, but you can definitely market your products the way better than what you can do in LinkedIn. But here you can make use of emojis, keywords. So you can keep it brief and also attractive. Okay, I'll be using few keywords here. Digital marketing, Bangalore. Can write learn from industry experts. Learn from experts. Okay. You can use something regarding technology as well. I think this section should have it mostly. Let me find one or two more. I think that should be good. Another one, what you can use is hashtag digital edge. Name of your company and what is it about. So that should be sufficient. And you can post. So before you post, I was saying, see, you have here the option of boost. You can boost it in the sense, if you click this on, you have to pay a certain amount to reach audiences more than your own friend circle, your people who are your fans of your page. So that is the option you need to click, keep it open. But for now, just do a normal post. And this was not shown before. It's after an update on Facebook, we're getting this. Or you have to go to publisher tools and or business business suite and then do it. But now with the recent updates, it's showing you schedule your post from planner and it is taking you directly to business suite. But here I'm just creating a post and I'll show you how to pin it to the top. So let's do a normal post for now. Okay, learn from the experts. Sorry. Okay, is that it's just an introduction post. Follow this page for upcoming updates on advanced digital marketing courses and tips from industry experts. Okay, let's post. And the kind of images you select also very important. Let it be related to your business and something of a decent quality. See, this is what I told you. The more things we add, it goes to see more. For me, the hashtags are important, so I'll edit the post. Okay, bring this up. Okay, yeah. So that should be our first post. I request you all to take some time, at least for the assignment procedure. I want you all to create one Facebook business page. I'm sure you can do much better than this. And what the segments you need to work on is come here to settings. Okay, here page info. Make sure all these sections are entered. Okay, and design your templates like how it's required for your business. Okay, and then work on page roles. Try giving, as you are on 30 people and I'm sure you would have your friends in the same circle, just try giving them roles on admin, moderator, editor. Another thing what we can do is connect to Instagram if you'd like to. Again, this is an education. See, one thing is you need to have your Facebook, like you have your Facebook business page. If you're doing the same, you need to have an Instagram business page. So the minute you start connecting these two, so you have this option, connect account. Okay, it'll ask you to sign in and some procedures will be there. So if both account gets linked, your burden of posting will reduce on two platforms. So what you post here, you have the option of posting there as well, and you can do the same thing there. So in case you're putting up a story on Instagram, I'm talking about see, you can do this as a personal profile and a business profile. But let's talk about business profile for now. So if I'm putting up a post there or a story, I mean a story there, there's an option of same being done here. So it saves us time, and we're also present in the same time. So WhatsApp, I guess we did yesterday. So these things, if you can do and share it to me on, you can take a screenshot or share the link of your business page. It would be great. So kindly take time and share that on the WhatsApp group. So if something is not done, I'll show you here. Okay, you need to work on that. So we've created the first post, and here when you click, if you follow the mouse here, there's an option where you can pin the post to the top of the page. So no matter how many posts you do later, this will be on the top. Let me refresh it if I haven't deleted it. Okay, so this is on the top. So it also mentions pinned post. So create a post which speaks about your company or something, a feature post, something they need to keep their attention to. So here I'm saying follow this page for upcoming updates on advanced digital marketing courses and tips from industry experts. Or the same, you can create a post where you introduce your business. Okay, once you do that, come here, you find these three dots and pin it to the top. Okay, so no matter who comes in, so that'll be the first post they see. Okay, that's pinning and creating your first post. And then let's look into creating an offer. Okay, offers are free to create and share. When someone saves your offer, they're notified before it expires. Okay, so an offer will have a set time, so they'll have to avail it before the expiry date. Okay, so it says it's also giving an analyzed data. 13,000 offers are created each day. So it's suggesting you should make use of the same. Okay, create offer. And here, what you see to the right side is a preview, and to the left side is what you'll be working on. I'll just see if any of the Canva designs have done offer. I can pick it up. Let me take a simple one, or you can search one here as well. If you're not done anything in the recent times, just look for it. So based on what category you have here, sale, offer, post, and just be careful again. There are pro and free ones. So choose a template which is free, or if you like something else, and you can customize it as well once you pick it. Okay, let me search. Okay, it'll show some of the templates. So yeah, here. I'm doing this just to save on time here. You can always go into Canva and create your own. You can work or see here. What we have again are shapes, okay, and images and some elements, some designs. So if you just bring them apart, you see this is quite simple, but when you put them together, they look good and very professional. So let me make this digital marketing course. Okay, it says VR, so digital marketing course provider. Okay, just put in your number, whatever your number is. I'll just give in mine here. When you're entering your number, also use in that format of 5 and 5. It's easier for people to see. Okay. Here we should have put a logo. Let me see if I have in the uploads in another page. I'll use that. Control A, copy. Okay, that should be good. You can download in PNG. Okay, let me see where it's downloaded this time. Okay, it should not be a problem uploading it. So either you can choose from your photos or add the photo. Now I've downloaded. Let me use it. Upload, description, and what is the percentage you're giving on that offer? So 20. Let's be a little generous. I'll give 40. So what is the product or service, and for what are you giving 40% off? And here you can either select percentage off, money off, or that certain amount off for that purchase, or free product and service. So in case they buy one, another product or service is free, or something minimal as free delivery. And there's an also option of customizing how your offer should be. So let's take percentage off as 40%. Okay, digital marketing course. So as I type here, you'll find the section in the preview being complete. Okay, so your whatever you're entering to the left is displayed to the right. So see if it goes well, and what are the things you need to add. uh I can say this. Okay, make it attractive. Say are bringing you an advanced marketing course connecting the industry, or you can say connecting your skills to the industry standards. Avail the offer within the limited period of time. Okay, avail the offer now you can use. So that would be display to the right side, like what are the content you put in, your image, your description, and the percentage you're offering. And down you'll have the expiry date. When is the offer getting expired? So we started today. Let's take a few days from now, a week's time. Okay. And even you can set the time, what time the offer is getting expired. So if your business closes by around 9, so here it's asking whether people can this the or business or online. This being a digital platform, let's keep it online. And once that is done, you can give us publish. Before that, you offer, and these are all the updates we're seeing now. Before, this was not being displayed. So that is the one, that is what I told you about Facebook, how versatile and adaptive they are. They keep changing and updating the way everything is done. So by the time you're doing the same thing in next 6 months or maybe even 3 months, they would change the pattern. So if you're constantly updated with Facebook, you'll know what are the changes that's coming in from their end. So schedule an offer. This offer, I can schedule it to a time further from now. So for timing, I'll give it publish. Okay. So if I'm doing it online, I have another option called this is a CD option. What? So I mentioned online, so I should be giving them a website. So for example sake, let me look for, okay, I'll take this website. So I've taken nictcomputereducation.com, and this is a CD button. Okay. So as the option was below, I uh, didn't get to see that. So here you can save it or get directions like to the store where they can redeem the offer. Shop now, call now, and send message. So let's keep it send message for now. So here you can have like what we did for offer when you create on Google My Business. You can mention your terms and you can say offer is valid within the set period of time mentioned. So taken Jan, no 10th Jan 2022, and you can add in some more terms and conditions as well. You can give a promo code for this. So let's take December 21 digital marketing. So this is the option I was talking about. So there are two things. This is the recent updates. So you have the option of boost. I mean, boost post was there, but they've given you option of scheduling it as well. So for now, let's publish. I've kept the boost option off. Okay. So we have created an offer now. And next we have to do events. Okay. Give me a minute. Okay. So let's create an event next. So see here we're getting the insights already on how this is, and it's encouraging us to boost it so more people get to see this. So everything what we post, it showing us an option to boost it. See, address is boosted, get directions. So everything has a call to action button. All right, let's go to events. Since pandemic, or I guess these are recent updates, you have events which are mostly online. Like I told you, even the product launches are now online. So Facebook gives you an option to have it online or in person. So let's give it online for now. And it asks you what is the event about, what event type, general and class. Like if you're taking an online class, like what we're doing right now, our digital marketing class, you can choose as class. Or if you, it's a general, uh, you okay, it says add event details and cover photo to choose your audience. Okay. So there are two categories of events here. One is a class and one is general. We'll take general for now. And the layout is very similar again. It'll show you the preview to the right, and left side is where you work on. And it'll also show you a preview how it would look on a phone, cell phone or a mobile or on a desktop. Okay, we'll keep it desktop so it's clear for us on what we are working on. I'll keep the same image for now because it saves us some time. Okay, I'll take let's come up with a name for the event. Okay, a crash course. Right, I'll take digital marketing. See, I'm taking digital marketing constantly because I've created this page on that. If I'd taken a cafe, I would have put no a tasting event or an anniversary event, something like that. As I've taken the category as digital marketing, I'm taking the products and the offers and events as digital marketing as well. So let me take name of the event as digital marketing crash course event, crash course session. I think that should be enough. Okay, crash course. So what is the start date of event? Let me take it as 4th of December. Start time around 4ish. And you can add the end date as well. So if it's a 1 day event, keep the date as same. If it's a 2 day event, you can add the other date, what day it's starting. If it goes on for a couple of days, you can change the date and keep it to the next date. So if it's a recurring event, it happens on the same day or same time, you can keep it as recurring event. So it'll go on. What is the frequency? Daily, weekly, monthly? So you can customize it as well. See, a calendar opens up where you can plan and schedule your event. So let me add end date. Okay, I've taken it 7. That's morning 7. Let me take it. Okay, this should be good. It'll ask you the location. So here it won't go in depth because the event is online. You can see here an online event. If it was an actual physical location, you would have to mention where exactly it is. So description into the world of marketing, where we create an experience of how digital marketing can impact your business or something like that. And change your lives. Put in words which will be of some value for them. Okay, this is for a demo purpose, so I'm just writing it. Some brief description. So category, what kind of event is it? So I don't think I have business here. I'll choose networking. I do have a better option. I know, I'll choose networking. Okay, next. So far with what we have done, okay, you have the details to the right side. So this is how it shows to for your audiences. If they're interested, they can click on interested, going in, not, and send an invite if you are a viewer and you would like to share it to someone in your circle. So you can share an invite. So it says public, okay, because it's an online event. It says public, and so here is a description: invite into the world of digital marketing, where we create an experience of how digital marketing can bring in business and change your lives. Okay, so it mentions it's a networking. Next. So how are you planning to host this event? Is it a Facebook Live, an external link? If you're doing it on other platforms like Zoom or Skype, include other instructions, present your event details, how to participate. Okay, so let me take it as Facebook Live. So here it asks whether you want to go uh, go live directly in your event and on the day of the event, or will remind you only you can go live. Okay, so these are things which will show you that day. Okay, and cross post, whether other pages, if you have already a pages here, uh, you can cross post the same thing on the event. Okay, publish event. So end of once you create an event, Facebook will always ask you whether you want to boost it. So if you're looking at a large scale event which more people have to participate in it, definitely go for it. Boost the event. Okay, once you do that, here it brings you to this option where I'll show you. See, the content is already created, but I'll show you the other options here. Okay, whether if it's a special category ad, ad category, be it like politics or employment, which is not a general category, and audiences, who are the people you would like to target this at. Okay, the same thing will come in further when we create ads. So this is a shorter section of it. Here it shows you, okay, there's a spending limit right now. Okay, and if you reduce it, it says a minimum budget of 74 rupees per day needs. Okay, so increase. See, ads that need to run for at least 4 days to 10. Okay, this is the reason. Now December 4th being quite close, it says run for minimum of 4 days, to get a better reach. Even if not, you can do it, but Facebook recommends keep a minimum of 4 days to run an ad for the events or any post to get better views. So it's just recommending you and asking you to be careful about it, because it won't assure you on the conversions and impressions it will create. So introduction, these are the, okay, here what you find in this section is as you create ads and work on the campaigns, it will provide you a default audience preset. If not, you can choose here and select. You can choose the age limit, men, women, all. Okay, and the location as well. Let me take Bangalore. Okay, and even you can set the radius to what particular place, and you can set the pin and then set your radius. How much of Bangalore circumference are you looking at? So people from that point of the city will come to your event. So here further you go in, you have detail targeting, which we'll do in a later section of it. Okay, I'll save this for now. And on the right side, you'll see the estimated daily results. So with this budget and what target audience we have targeted, you will have around 672,900 people, 1,900 people watching this event. I mean, to whom it will be reached. And this will be the format. This will be the preview of how your event looks. So this is a mobile news feed, and this is a desktop. So if they're interested, they click on that. You will be notified on that, and they'll be notified on the date of the event a little before that. So if I click on boost event now, you need to make this payment, and then it goes live. As this is a demonstration procedure, I'll not be doing that for now. Am I clear till now? Is this okay? Can you press, type 1 in the comment section if you're still around and you understood so far? Okay, we are still in the organic marketing side of Facebook. The second session where I'll be doing the inorganic paid marketing. I'll definitely need your participation. Yeah, see, mostly it'll be me doing it live and explaining it to you. But I also, you know, expect you to put in some time on this, so it'll be valuable for you as well. Are we good? Okay, so for five people have said yes. Okay, and we have around 29 participants. Are you people also around? Okay, we have Pooja, Pratibha. Okay, now Kaveshwar. Okay, great. Just keep in mind admins from both your sides will be here. So be active, participate. More than that, it's for your own good. So spend in some time, trying it out. Oh yeah, okay. Rest of are not active. Guys, are you still there? I mean, girls. Okay. So let's take a 10-minute break. I hope the others will join us after the break at least. No, I really okay. Just I want your responses just to know you're here and we are on the same terms. Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. For the ones who are busy with something else, I'm asking if you're around and listening and we are good so far. Just type 1 in the comment section. Okay. Okay. Great. All right. So let's take a 10 minutes break, and I'll be back 5:52. We'll start the session again. We'll continue the session. Okay. Okay. Give me a minute. Am I audible? Can you hear me now?
So, yes, sir.
Okay. And is the screen visible as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is a basic ad campaign structure. How your Facebook ad campaign would look. And more or less, most of the Facebook, most of the social network follow the same ad structure. Where, you can take a picture of this, or I'll share an image on our WhatsApp group as well. So what you start with is your campaign, and then an ad set, and multiple ads under the ad set. Okay, as I go ahead with the process of how it is created, I'll explain in brief. But take a small image, picture of this or screenshot of the same, and keep it with you. If not, I'll share an image, a better image of this. Okay, so this is how it is. And I think we have one more thing to finish here. Facebook also gives you an option of creating a job. Okay, now consider you started your business, and you need people, quality people to be hired, and you can filter them as well here, giving in, then handing it out to other, third party people, sourcing in people for you. You can also give it a go, find out people who are active on Facebook, and in your circle some friends or fans who like your pages. They can recommend, good quality people. So there's this option of job. Okay, let's see what are the other options here. So we have live event. Live we shouldn't we couldn't be doing right now, so that's ruled out. We have done an event, we have done an offer, so let's do job and go ahead with an ad. And the layout is very similar, like I told you. Few things change in terms of the location of your business, and what is the salary you offer, and the seat here changes to apply. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, let me take. Okay, it also gives you an option. What profile are you looking out for? Okay, a cashier, an assistant manager, a sales representative, professor, project manager. Okay, let me take it as a sales representative. So you would have given your location when you were creating the page. It asks whether is it full-time or part-time, internship, contract. Let's keep it full-time, and you can give a small description, as in we are looking out for sales reps with experience or fresher who can think out of the box and help us achieve our sales goals. Okay. Write into us if you feel, if you just put a timeline, like write into us if you know you can, you are the one or something. So you'll ask what is the salary, minimum salary be paying them. So sales rep, keep it around 25, 20 to 28 based on the experience. Okay, it'll ask you whether are you paying them per hour, which is an abroad, but here we'll take it monthly. So keep it as per month. So if you don't want to add this salary information and something, it has to be, it's confidential and it has to be discussed, you can use this option where I don't want to add salary information. Also provides you an offer to screen them. In a sense, it'll ask you, you're able to ask them a few questions even before they appear in front of you. They sit in front of you. So you can ask them when are they available to start. So that's a very important question, because you have a very good candidate and they held up with some other work or other commitments, they'll be of not much of use for you. Okay. And the same way you can add in, okay, and can was ended. So if you keep it yes or no, it's like one stress, or you want them to give an option to, so they can write in what are they held up with. Okay, so here's the question and the question type. The same way you can add in, it'll give you certain default questions. Yeah, default screening questions. You can make your own as well, right question. Okay, if you click on see more, these are the presets. Let's keep one for now. And when you want them to write, write in and send in the CVs, you should provide your email ID. So I'll give mine for now. Or if you have a business email ID, you can always put that up. It'll be like info@digitalage.com, something like that. For time being, you can give your own email IDs here. Okay, application settings require past employment or CV. Okay, here if they're sending in or applying for it, whether they need to have a prior experience of the same. Okay, I've kept it yes. If I keep it yes, I should make sure the people who are coming in here, they need to attach the CV to send the mail. Okay, once that is done, you'll see the details to the right side here. You'll have your profile and your cover. So this is very important. Okay, when you're creating a job or an event, you get to see you can upload your own image and content, but still some part of your profile and cover is always as a default image. So make sure you pick the one which is goes well with your business and it's clear. Choose good quality images. You can use Pixabay, Pexels, or even you can go out on Google and filter good quality images. See, once this is how it looks. The location is default and it says what date is posted, full time, the amount they're ready to offer. Okay, so it'll show an option of apply now. Once it is done, you can click on next. So like I told you here, it gives you an option to boost. So every time Facebook will ask, would you be interested in spending some money and showing your photo to the other audience as well, out of the fan page, and so you can see your friend circle and fan page what you have. Fans for that page. So it's been created. So you can still boost the job, close it. Like if you already taken in candidates for it, close the job. So you don't keep it open and people are still applying with some hope. Okay, and you want to make some changes, edit and share as well. And the last one would be as an applicant. So if you view this as an applicant, this is how it looks. And initially, once you create a business page, I think you can't create much number of jobs. Okay, there's a limited jobs you can create. I think we have covered most of it here. I'm sorry. Let me open the page. So more or less we have covered the organic side of it. Let's see what how you can create an ad. So there's a default option as well here. Okay, so this gives you an option where Facebook would have already created, it'll ask you certain questions and create the ad based on it. But there's another way through ads, Facebook Ads Manager, which I'll show after this. So you can choose the campaign, like what kind of ad do you want to create. It asks whether you want to get started with the automated ads, where you get personalized ads that adjust over time and helps you get better with results. So Facebook will analyze how your ad is going with the people and what needs to be uh, configured. Facebook shall do it for you. Or you come here and you find create new ad, make an ad using text. Okay, this is general format. So boost a post which you saw earlier, or boost an event. So again, when we created event, you found this option here. So let's start with create a new ad. So you'll ask whether what is your goal. You want automatic, where Facebook selects the most relevant goal based on your settings, and get messages on WhatsApp. That's again an option because Facebook has acquired WhatsApp. So people who are interested on the product or service, they get to contact you directly through WhatsApp, or you want it to be converted to calls. So there are a lot of options here as well. So website visitor. So this basically, which I told you earlier, is one of the process of digital marketing, where you're driving your prospective customer, you basically audiences and customers towards your website. So you get more page likes, get more leads, promote your business locally. So this will take the location of your business and show it to people just around where you're placed. So certain circumference of your location. And so for now, let's take it as automatic. And the content is already created here. It's taken in education of what we had given earlier. Academy, Digital Edge Academy, Pioneer Institution, the field of computer education. Okay, this should be provide. Okay, provide end-to-end solution on your digital education needs. Wide range of course. Yeah, on all the latest trending concepts, industry related, and that keyword. Let's see if I have a few characters to space it. Okay, so that is more or less. And each time I change the characters, you can see things are changing here. So media, right now I've selected one media, and if I click on this auto enhancements, it'll take in what's necessary and what looks best. So I can choose multiple images. Let me take one more if I have it. Okay, I'll take this image as well. In this way. I'm sure when you were scrolling through your, Facebook profile, you would have seen ads like this on the right side when it goes from the left to the right or the other way. So videos to create. Okay, you can add multiple videos and images to create a carousel. I mean, it refers to that, the ride what we have at amusement parks, which goes on that kind of concept. After which you have the button label. You can given as call now, apply now, download. If it is an application, it'll take you to that Play Store or the Apple, their website where you can download the apps, or subscribe, watch more if it's a YouTube channel and you have a Facebook page, so you can direct your audience towards that. So I told you about call, send WhatsApp messages as well. So I'll keep it learn now or contact us. Mm, Let me take it learn more. Here you can take destination as, okay, here you can create a form, any Google form or any instant forms, or a website. So Facebook is giving you option of that as well. I think it has a default website URL here, but you can paste yours. Okay, here it again asks whether it's a special category ads, whether are you a credit company, employment, housing, social issues, or election and politics. If no, you're a general category, don't click on that. And here you can select your audience. Like I said, there's a preset which I've already taken. I'll choose, I'll keep it minimal, and I'll take Bangalore. So I'll go ahead with the ads manager tomorrow, but I'll show you these automated ads for today. So we'll get some more time for that tomorrow. Okay, I've selected certain default options there, and duration. So again, it asks me to place it, and see here. If the budget exceeds your amount spend limit, it won't be fully delivered. This is by default starting at a very nominal amount. So increase that a bit. And what is the duration you want to run this ad for? It's saying 7 days. You can make it 2 weeks as well. So, and when do you want to end it? Okay, okay, that's a good date. And okay, and placement. Here it'll ask you where do you want to place your ad? Instagram, Messenger. Okay, those are the options you get. And everything here, if you see, it is at your uh, at one point of view. You don't have to do much here. The configurations are quite less, but the same thing we do on ads manager, which I'll be showing in the next session. You can go a little further. I mean, See, I asked you the earlier when you're creating your Facebook profile, and I give you the example of Saurav, where that presentation where from where he started a job, he got married, and his family life, and where all he traveled. The same way, each one of us would have given the details of what we're doing basically. So Facebook stores this. It doesn't let out the information, actual information to people, but it'll know what people are actually doing, where are they traveling, where are they right now, what are their interests. So that interest group, your ads will be shown. So Facebook will analyze what are your interests, what are you in the sense the people. Okay, where are you located, what's your job, what is once I open that demographics, you'll get to know how classified our informations are categorized. I guess in the earlier slide as well, I showed you how Facebook categorizes the information you provided. So what we are seeing Facebook as as user point of view, it's a free site where we are putting our information and we are sharing it to our friends. But Facebook and even Google, for that matter, makes use of it in such a good way, and it makes it into a very good business platform where it gives the marketers all these indirect information of what are their preferences, what are their likes, dislikes, and what if you present would be of some value for them. Okay, so that's the other side, and this is a very simple way of creating an ad, and by the end of it, it'll show you what is your budget. So you'll be spending around for 14 days. If you spend yeah, so this is the amount which will come up later, total budget, plus they have an tax amount on that. And here it shows the estimated daily results. So if you're spending this much amount of money, you'll end up with around 2000 to 5800 views per day. Okay, once that is done, it takes you to the billing section. So you can make your payment through Paytm, UPI, net banking, or your debit or credit card. So this is one of the easiest ways to create an ad. There are more the other steps which I told you as ads manager, which I'll be doing it in the next session, where there are far more detailed ways of doing this. So this is an entry to what is called the inorganic or paid form of Facebook promotions. Let me go back to the page. So are we good so far? Have you understood this part? Anything I need to explain here? Let me know in the comment section. Yes, no. In the ad section, is there anything I need to clear? Okay, great. Someone says no, sir. Okay, 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 okay. Great. So just spend some time today. Just please create. Okay, I'll just cancel this. Okay, create a business page and share it on the WhatsApp group we have. And I'm supposed to share you this image, which I'll do on the WhatsApp group as well. So let's today wind up a little early because we can start off with the ads manager tomorrow, where we'll be doing the same procedure, but certain steps are additional there. Give me a minute. We'll just okay. So what I showed you now was direct way of promoting and creating creating a campaign or an ad. So one second. Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. I think some issues on the internet. Never mind. So we'll be winding up a little early today, and we'll continue the concept of Ads Manager tomorrow. Are we good so far? Everything's good? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So can I expect some links and screenshots of what you've done? Just create a a Facebook business page. That shouldn't take much time. And what else do we have there? Okay, create a post, an offer, and an event if possible. Just do these things, and we should be good to go with other thing, the other concepts as well. So create a page, share it on the WhatsApp group. I'll go through them. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll be starting at 4:30 tomorrow, and like I said, we'll be having the ads manager. We'll be creating ads in depth. Okay. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.